BagFuel, baby.
We good?
Yeah, BagFuel. We live full effect.
Got a special guest today that I never thought they would ever sit back down with us again because, you know what I mean? Because Heineken pissed them off, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm known for pissing off the celebrities, yo.
That's true. That's true. Why every time somebody come to like somebody's show or something like they always call them a special guest? Like who's an unspecial guest? Has there ever been an unspecial guest?
Yeah. They're unspecial guest. But yo, we got DJ Self. We got an announcer because they always get mad. We got the Gwen and God in the building. DJ Self, Power 105 Zone, the Prince of New York. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, let me clarify this too. Right? I don't use the tag Prince of New York anymore.
Okay.
And any artist or anybody that's here listening, it's very important to own your own name. And the first thing I did was I trademark and own Gwenin and DJ Self. And when I tried to own the Prince of New York, it was unavailable for me to own. So I didn't want to keep using the Prince of New York. So that's why I am the Gwen and God DJ Self.
Okay.
That's a BagFuel moment right there.
Yeah, you understand? So please, anybody out there, yo, my name is such and such. Yo, go own your name, man. Go buy your name or whatever. Please, that's very important because there's people out here that'll buy your name or buy your domain and you got to buy it back from them.
Yeah, it's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe not the trademark part, because the trademark part, you go to court, whatever, but there's a lot of people out there that are I don't mean to be preachy and stuff.
No, this is actually, we like hearing this.
That's what it's for. It's for the business of music.
Okay, cool.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I've learned that early. What else? I think I started doing Love and Hip Hop. And I saw some paperwork find things in the paperwork about them owning your likeness. Yeah. And then I was like, damn, let me go buy my stuff first before they try to, grab it from me and stuff like that. So then that's when I learned that. Okay. And then I had a little issue with Gwenin, but I worked it out. It's a guy in Russia that owns a furniture store. It's called Gwenin. But he let me rock. And we just had a mutual agreement that we wouldn't bother each other. Okay. But he's a furniture store in Russia, so he didn't care. I didn't care.
Gwenin Furniture Store?
Yeah, it was
Gwenin Furniture.
That was the only discrepancy.
Did he ask you to
I didn't ever spoke to him. We spoke through lawyers and stuff like that.
So nothing in the contract, like once a year you got to go there and bring out Dream
Doll.
No,
I don't think he didn't care about me. I don't think he cared or knew about me.
That would have been
like
ill in the contract, though.
You got to bring Dream Doll to Russia.
Yeah.
Mona would love it. Self has to fly to Russia. Yo, she would make a whole festival. You get kidnapped by the Bratva and everything.
Yeah, so.
But yo, I got a question for you. And I don't like to jump out. You know what I'm saying? Because this is serious. A lot of DJs want to know this. A lot of people want to know this.
DJs want to know this.
DJs and a lot of people want to know this. How do you get on mainstream radio?
So there's a whole bunch of ways. But if I had to sum it up, I would say knowledge. And why I say knowledge is because I think that what happens is a whole bunch of ways. Like I said, I think that everybody that's an artist and when I say artist, I'm not using just music wise. I'm just talking about artistry. Period. Everybody feels entitled, and that word entitled is poison to a lot of artists' feelings because. Just because you make something or you create something, that don't mean everyone is going to like it, one. Everyone's going to understand it, and everyone is going to get or be on the same page as you. So me answering your question, there are different ways you can do it. Okay. I know that let's use if I have a what they call a co-worker at the radio station, which is DJ Envy. So if I use Envy or if I use Clues on the radio station with me too. So if I was an artist and I'm probably giving them the secrets, it may work. This one may work. I don't know if it worked. So let's say Envy. I know Envy is into cars.
Yeah.
So maybe you get close to Envy and strike up conversations and get close with him as far as doing cars or something like that. Then you ease in, hey, I'm an artist. You understand what I'm saying? So, it's like building relationships, but don't build the relationship of, yo, here go my song. You got to play this, the hottest joint or whatever. In my opinion, I think that's a no-no too. Like, I got the hottest joint, da-da-da. Like, if you respect that DJ, I think you would respect his mind and he would know if you got the hottest joint or not. You understand what I'm saying? Or let somebody else tell that DJ that you got the hottest joint, as opposed to you telling them that, because it's like you kind of like telling somebody they stupid. To me.
That's a different way to look at it.
You understand? Like if you telling me,
that way.
yo, I got the hottest joint, blah, 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 so all right, then I must not know what I'm doing. You understand? Or you basically telling me I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe
I never
you should say,
it like that.
Yeah, maybe
that
you
makes
could
a lot of
say,
sense.
yo, check this out, man. I think you should listen to it. I think that's a different approach as opposed to I got the hottest joint. Now, everybody feel like they got the hottest joint up.
Yeah, they do.
You know?
I was about to get to that.
Say it again.
How does a person that want to be
if I'm a DJ, how do I?
Oh, I thought you were talking about an artist.
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought that was good, so I was letting him get to that point first.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But if I'm a DJ,
I answered the wrong question.
No, if I'm a DJ,
I fast forwarded.
No,
That
it's
was great
all right.
knowledge, though.
Yeah, no, it's dope. If I'm
Yeah.
a DJ and I want to become a DJ on Power 105, what's the route that I should take to become a DJ?
So there's different routes also, and I think one thing somebody told me, everybody's destiny is different. The way I did it, to me, I felt like it took me a very, very long time to get on mainstream radio. I think that it took me longer than what it was supposed to, but maybe, somebody would agree, somebody would disagree. Me saying that to you, I got on radio. If you from New York City, I'm just doing New York. I know people that's from out of town and different things like that. I got on radio, I want to say in the cluster of there's a guy, DJ Magic, there's a guy, Young Child, there's a guy, I don't want to forget people names, but it like those guys and us, we got on the radio at the same time. So me saying that to you, people look at me, they think I've been on radio the same amount of time as Clue, as Bobby Trends,
or even Envy.
as those guys been on radio maybe 10 years prior to me.
you, yes.
You understand what I'm saying? Maybe even longer than that. You understand? So I'm not in that cluster. I'm in the Young Child cluster.
How about Walla? Is Walla in that
While I've been on radio longer than maybe about 5-6 years longer than me also.
DJ Booth?
Yeah. Booth never been on radio.
Oh, no, he wasn't, but that was that whole...
Booth dropped the ball. Booth would tell you that too. I tried to get Booth on radio. Nah, he didn't drop the ball. I think Booth destiny was something different. His path is something different. And I love Booth. Booth is very good, but I was just joking about dropping the ball. Booth will tell you a story about his radio run that has something to do with me and Flex and different things like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him say something because I got something.
So that's one way.
Yeah, one
right?
way.
That's one way. Another way, which I tried to do with younger DJs that's under me, and for some reason, I think that some DJs feel that it's embarrassing, or some is be the coffee guy, be the intern, run and do different things, learn the radio station, learn how a radio station works before you even try to go up. And I think a lot of times, a lot of DJs don't want to do that. They feel like they're too good to carry coffee and different things like that. And I try to tell DJs, even when I got on radio, the first week I got on radio, there was and just no disrespect to her, it was a girl named Malika Millette.
I remember her.
You do? Okay, so Malika Millette was on from 2 to 6. And I didn't know the radio. I didn't know anything. I knew I was more popular than her in the streets, but she had better knowledge than me. So I used to get coffee for her, get her lunch. I used to go for her. And I remember one time, and I said, Dag, I really must want this job, because I remember walking from the radio station, which is on Canal Street in New York City, to 23rd Street. We walked up the street, and I probably got stopped 40 times. She got stopped 0 times. No one knew her. Everyone knew me, but I was still the one getting coffee and stuff for her. You understand? And I was fine with it. You understand? So I think that what happens is, I'm using that word entitlement again. I think that a lot of people they feel entitled, that they don't want to start from the bottom, and they want it to happen overnight. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes some time. You may think it happened overnight. People be like, yo, I just started rapping yesterday. No, you didn't. You understand what I'm saying? It's impossible. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
It takes time for even to load your stuff up. Like, you understand?
Exactly.
It did not happen overnight. You understand? So I think that, if it doesn't happen right away, people are just like, oh, forget it, blah, blah, blah. And don't clock other people's stuff. So just because he's doing it, you can't be in the same boat as someone else that had more experience or more
relationships.
More relationships, and you're not the same. You're just not. You understand what I'm saying? So so those are two ways that comes off top. If that answers your question.
On a business level, what does it take to break an artist, get the machine going, the notoriety, the attention? Because you've worked with Cardi, you've worked with Dream Doll, Mariah Lynn, Lou Got Cash, Handsome Baller. This is what I remember off top. I'm probably forgetting another 5 that you're responsible for.
Well, as a DJ, I think that a lot of DJs are responsible for breaking a lot of artists. The artists that you named were artists that affiliated with me by way through me having a record production company. But even prior to that, me and several DJs, we all break artists that doesn't even, relate to us, and business wise. So me saying that, I remember what comes to mind that I know in this region of the Northeast, I was a big attribute to Young Jeezy's career.
Interesting.
And I remember.
And how did that go? Because that's a down south dude. What did you do to break him or be an attribute up top?
Well, just bringing the culture from the south to up north and breaking records in the club, going to different places, different events, making sure that people are aware by way through flyers. Flyers. This was back then pre social media. Yeah. Also now, you do Instagram and different things like that, Facebook. But I remember with Jeezy or even Meek Mill, a young Meek Mill, it just was keep constantly putting them in your face, put them on stage and them executing.
Fetty Wap too. You was rocking with Fetty Wap.
Well, let me tell you what Fetty Wap did was weird. And I was super keep it like people tell like a Cardi B story. I feel like the Fetty Wap story is the way.
The one story. I think he should have had a piece of Fetty Wap.
I think Fetty Wap was like, oh
definitely should have had a piece of Fetty Wap if anybody.
So this is everyone has different stories to different things.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is just from my eyes. Somebody could say that's not true, it's true. Everybody can say that. So I remember DJ P-Dub came to me and said, yo, I have this record. I don't know if it was called Trap Queen at the time, but he said, hey, I have this record. They want to make it a DJ Self record here. And it was Trap Queen. When I first heard it, I was like, what the hell is this? Right? And you can say it now. Everybody is, and
at first it sounded way different.
And I was like, nah, God. And this was like a year maybe prior to it coming out. Also, it didn't have the rap in it. Let me specify that too. So the song just was like, "You my trap queen," and it said that for 4 minutes straight, over and over and over. And I was like, "Nah, dude." You understand what I'm saying? I was like, "This is not happening." But it was over and over. She my trap queen, and I said, "Hello." It just kept going over and over, and I was like, "Nah, dude." But I did play it on the radio. I said, you know what? Because I thought he was from Philly also. Now, I'm not saying why I played it on the radio, but I thought he was from Philly. So in my mind, I was like, let me play it. I kept playing it. And then at the time, I think it was also luck when it comes to that because I think I was doing Cancun or something like that or Jamaica or something like that in Memorial Weekend. So I was running a tape. And the tape that I was running had that song on it, so it constantly played.
Yeah.
So it's like it was also by default. So the song constantly played, and then I never went with the song. I went with a song called Yeah Okay. That was
from
Jersey
too.
A guy from Jersey. They both was from Jersey, and his name was Kazi Pop.
I remember that.
I actually gave both songs to Rick Ross, and Rick Ross chose Yeah Okay. So now I got a song with Rick Ross. With a Rick Ross feature, or I got a song with a guy that's unknown that keeps singing, So
you went with the Yeah Okay.
I went with the Yeah Okay
No
Rick
brainer.
Ross, yeah.
I remember that.
One thing Esso and I learned about Fetty Wap's rise, whoever was in his corner, they was able to get a lot of favors out. Because I remember the day when they asked us to interview him, it was just like this, a crazy rainy day. They're like, can you come to the office in like an hour and meet with this guy? And he's like, he only had like 15,000 followers. Not that, back then it mattered more. And he just has this record and he only has one eye. I'm like, I'm not coming. They're like, please, bro, please. And the same way, like people reaching out, and I've always thought about his team, who was in his corner that was able to get all these people.
Was he signed at the time or no? Okay.
And Nick the Grit was in his corner for a while, right?
And Danny was a good friend of mine.
Sue.
Danny Sue.
And people fucked with Danny Sue a lot.
Well,
right?
from my knowledge, they hit the strip clubs a lot. So that's another way to break the record. So when I finally got a chance to say, oh, I love this record, because I was going to I forgot the name of the strip club, but it was like strip clubs in Jersey. Every dancer, they knew the song word for word. So I said, yo, like sometimes when you see a girl or other people singing a song and having a good time for it, you kind of understand the song a lot. Yeah. And I think that's called discovery. You understand? A lot of times, it's hard to discover a record, but when you start seeing other people do things and enjoy a song, you kind of know how to prepare it to another person. Because when I first heard it, I didn't know how to prepare it. Then when I saw the dancers and stuff going crazy to it, so I'm like, okay, cool. I know I could break this record in a strip club. I'm not a trap queen, so I don't sell drugs. So I don't know how to prepare to somebody. But now, the hustlers, the scammers, the dope boys, everybody, they in the strip club. All right, cool. Now I could just, now I know how to serve it to you. I'm gonna serve it to you in the strip club.
No, that's something. That's a jewel too, because DJs think that they just dropping records. They think that they just supposed to know and saw the visual of the strippers. That's like what the video does for the regular people. Absolutely. You know how you don't see it, and then you see the video visual, and you be like, yo, I get it now.
Now I get it how to serve it.
Fire.
And I tell a lot of artists, like the worst thing you could do is, you're in an event or a nightclub. I'm using nightclubs at it, but any event, and you just say, hey, I'm gonna airdrop you my song, or here's my flash drive. I never even heard it. So how am I gonna play it properly if I don't even know how to play it? Like, you understand? It could be a drill song and I'm playing twerk music, or it could be, a southern record, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't know how to serve it properly. So it's like,
what would you want them to do? Would you want them to try to tell you how to serve it? And the music is blamming at the time because they want to get their record played.
I think
patience is a virtue. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you could also hurt your record. And I tell people that, like, all right, I play your record, the dance floor cleared. Now people be like, man, that record is trash. You understand what I'm saying? And it probably really not. It's that people just don't know what it is.
And you didn't bring it in right. You didn't know how to serve it.
The best bet would be come up to self and be like, yo, what you into? Can I get you a bottle? Can I bring something?
Not me personally. I don't want nothing. Just give me your record and let me listen to it on my personal time.
But what I'm saying, what I'm saying is not to play it, just for the introduction and say, self, I know you got your whole rollout set up. Just absorb the record.
Get some attention.
No, don't even play it now. Absorb it for 2-3 days. I'll come back the next time you spin here and see if it's worthy of your playlist.
That's cool, but besides the buy you a drink or something like that. And I think, like, a lot of times the cliche is every DJ want money or gifts and stuff like that. And I think that, when those things happen, you have to be very careful. Reason why is because, and I'll give you an example. Last night, a guy came up to me. I was doing a nightclub, and I want to mention him too. His name is DJ Smooth. He's down with me, opened up for me. And he's standing on the side of me, and the guy kept coming to me, yo, shout my girlfriend out. And I was shouting his girlfriend out. It was her birthday. So we played 2 birthday songs for her, blah, blah, blah. And I did it for him. He came back with $100. He tried to give me $100 in front of Smooth. I said, nah, I'm good. You could keep your money. Smooth, when he walked away, Smooth, yo, what the fuck? You stupid. Why you didn't take the money? I said, sometimes it's not good because that guy's going to feel like he own you for the rest of the time he see you. And it's not even worth it. I did it for free. It was cool. It didn't hurt me or anything like that. I don't need his money. You understand? And even if you need it, do you need that headache of a person feel like they owning you? You understand what I'm saying? Because when somebody pay you or anything like that, they feel like they own you.
What's the next thing he gonna ask?
You understand? Now? Like, or you just never know. Like, now he feel like he own you, and I don't want to ever have that feeling of somebody feeling like they own me or I have to do something for them.
That makes sense.
So, I've learned that, early in the game, like, just like I said to you, sometimes it's not even worth the headache.
Tell me what reality TV has done for you. Has it been positive or has it been negative?
I wanted, with reality TV, I think it was 50-50. Why I say it was 50-50? Because me initially doing it, I had to figure out a way to get my name outside of tri-state, and I'm using tri-state because a lot of times people may be watching this and they're not familiar with where we are from. We're from the New York region. Our neighboring states is New Jersey and Connecticut. So that's our tri-state. Yeah. So now me being on radio in New York City, New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut are aware of DJ Self.
Gotcha.
Outside of that, it was very minute at the time. So what happened was I was trying to figure out a way that I could spread the DJ Self name by way, and I remember I do radio, or I'm saying, mind you, I do radio Monday to Saturday. So I have to be at the radio station Monday to Saturday. So it's like the weekends, some DJs, they go to Miami, they go to Atlanta.
It's hard for you.
You know, I can't because I have to be on radio. Mm-hmm. And I worked my ass off to be on radio, so I wanted to be on radio. Mm-hmm. It's nothing like being on the #1 market radio station, DJing and you know, especially live. It's nothing like that. Yeah, you know, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? So I decided to do television. So what hurt, I think, is people only, like, a lot of times I'll go places and it's, you a DJ? And I'll be like, yeah. Like, oh, I didn't know you was a DJ. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
what,
you know,
never DJ'd on Love and Hip Hop?
I don't think so. I don't think they ever showed, like, certain things they don't never show. They never showed me actually being a DJ. You know, like, they'll say that, like, they had me on a radio show, but not actually DJing.
That hurt Drewski too. Remember, they thought that Drewski never, and then niggas would be like, have you ever seen Drewski touch a turntable
Yeah, you
before?
understand what I'm saying? So you know, so
imagery
they never show, you know, so people didn't know, you know, so a lot of times, like, I'll come to their town and DJ, they'll be like, oh my God, you're really a good DJ. I'm like, yeah, this is what I do. But going into it, you understand what I'm saying? I didn't have proper guidance.
Yeah.
So, and I think that my generation of reality TV changed the way people view reality TV also. So prior to that, I used to ask, I remember, and I'll drop names. I remember asking Waka Flocka. I remember asking Rich Dollars. I said, what's the pros of being on television? And they both said the same thing. Yo, you're gonna get hostings in mad cities. You gonna go to Waco, Texas. You gonna go to Champaign.
You're gonna get money. You're gonna get money.
Yeah, you're gonna get money. And so I was like, oh word, you know. So I didn't think of the other things of, you know, they may depict you of certain things. So me saying that on television, people will say, oh, you know, oh, you got mad bitches, Creep Squad, da da da. And I'm like, well, I did the whole Creep Squad thing, but I didn't have a girlfriend at the Creep Squad time. Mm-hmm. You understand? So you never saw me with a girl, but you still, your mindset was trained that, you know, I was a bad person or whatever, blah, blah, blah. At the Creep Squad time.
See, you like that type of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
See.
Come on.
You
my man
love
is
to
stripped
be
out
out there.
and low. I know what time he on. That hat alone is what, 400?
Well, Polo is
it's a Brooklyn Harlem thing, but Brooklyn.
I'm straight Brooklyn, New York City, and growing up, Polo was something that you had to have on, similar to what people love, Louis and Gucci
and Jordans.
You know, now.
It's different in Brooklyn.
You know,
Brooklyn Polo.
Yeah, Polo was
like
Polo
you was that dude
thing.
to wear it.
You know, and I think that I'm grateful and I'm fortunate enough that I could afford it or even obtain it. However, I obtain it. And I'll be honest with you,
it's tough.
I don't buy all my low. I can, but I still have that in me. I'll be super honest with you, and I'm blowing myself up.
We know it.
I don't care.
I already know.
You understand? I'm blowing myself up.
I already know what that means. He's from Brooklyn.
I'm from Brooklyn.
He's
I know
from
people
Brooklyn,
gonna laugh at
okay?
me. People gonna laugh at me, right? And so I said, let me put this out there before someone put it out, and I don't care. So I went to a department store. I'm not gonna say which department store.
Here we go.
So I went to a department store, but no, not about clothing though. I went to a department store, so they got the self-checkout thing, right? So they go to the self-checkout thing. I'm a big person of, you know, 2 for me, 1 for you. I don't care, you know, and you could Google net worth. What I'm not the richest person, but I'm not broke. You understand? So I'm seeing the security guy look at me, and I'm like, so I walk by. He said, "Yo, let me check your receipt in your bag." And I was like, "All right, cool." So then he said, "Yo, I'm gonna bring you to the back." So I'm like, whatever, I don't care. So he pulls out everything. So it was like maybe $60 that I didn't scan. So then he said, "Yo, do you want to buy?" I said, "Yes." I pull out a knot and I gave it to him. Now a week later, I get a DM. "Yo, you bum ass nigga, you shoplifting, da da da." And I said, "Nigga, I'm from Brooklyn. That's it. I'm from Brooklyn, my nigga. You understand what I'm saying? I'm from Brooklyn. It's in me. I apologize. I don't care how much money I got. It's just in me. It's in me.
I say that. I be like, that's that Brooklyn nigga shit. Don't I say that?
It's in me.
I did that.
I don't care how much it's in me.
Niggas get mad at me. Yo,
at IKEA, we did the same thing. We was like, all right, good, cool.
Yo, I
two for me, one for you.
Yo, I tell my wife, I be like, yo, that's that Brooklyn grimy nigga. She be like, don't say that. I be like, Brooklyn niggas take pride in that. What are you talking about? That is serious business. Yo, nigga. I'm from Brooklyn. You know what that means. I will take this shit. I will buy it from scammers. I don't give a fuck how much I got. Nigga, if I could go in there and be like, get all that shit, come outside, and I'm get all that shit and come outside, I'm giving you half off. I'm from Brooklyn.
I'm from Brooklyn.
No, but that,
you know? And that's just stuck in my head. Like Remy said, she said, I got money, but it's always robbing season. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, Remy said it, you ain't saying it. You know what I'm saying?
up.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
So speaking of Brooklyn and Queens, man, salute to the guy on 50 Cent. He showed you a different type of love and support. Because I know when I would be up at the This Is 50 office, it'd always be, a case came in, 4 cases for self, mail them out, record, self got to get it, everything. How did that develop? Because, Fifth don't play too many people close.
So the funny thing, right? I have it. If you research this on social media or YouTube or stuff like that, I actually met 50 kind of like by default, and it was a funny story. And I'll tell a story. So this is he got shot already at this time, and a friend of mine knew him, and I was trying to do mixtapes, and I said, yo, you think you can get 50 to rap for me? So he was like, let me figure it out. So then he called 50. 50 said, I don't have a car. You just got to come pick me up. So me and my friend go pick 50 up from his grandmother's house. He let us in the house. I remember, I'm thinking like rappers got all this money and stuff like that. He was in like a small room. His whole room had the power of the dollar stickers, and he didn't have wallpaper. Like it just, I don't know if he could afford it or not, but the whole wall was filled with stickers, power of the dollar stickers. So now we driving. He wanted to sit in the back seat. So I'm telling him, yo, we going to my mother's house, blah, blah, blah. So we driving to my mother's house. I see him fidgeting in the back all day. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, why is he fidgeting? He pulls out a gun. I'm like, yo, we going to my mom's house. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he like, yo, you never know. But I didn't know his story at the time because social media wasn't as big as it is now. So I didn't know his story. Yeah. So he has a gun and all that, blah, blah, blah. So now we go. And he does the freestyle. Then he said, I want to add this in. So then he started adding him dissing Ghostface and Raekwon. And I'm like, hold on, my nigga. Because at the time, Wu-Tang was super thick. You understand what I'm saying? Like, Wu-Tang, you could, and then I'm from Fort Greene, Brooklyn. So they have like,
they got a hub
over there.
Yeah, exactly. They got a hub in Brooklyn, yes.
They got a hub in Fort Greene. So, Fort Greene is killer bees. You know what I'm saying? Out there. So I'm like, oh my God, this guy gonna jam me up. But the hunger in me of being the DJ, I like, man, I'm putting it out anyway. So I wound up putting the freestyle out. So I think that he remembers that, from back in the days, like
shit
that.
On the line.
So yeah, not even just that, like just I guess being the supportive, early in his career.
Because people stayed away from him when he got shot. Niggas wasn't giving a fuck about no freestyle from him. They cared after he got hot once Eminem came and all that. But Self was like, yo, listen, you shot, they don't care.
Well, I didn't even know the shot part. I was really into I liked how he was rapping. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was doing
That's
good.
Even better for him.
Yeah, like, nobody likes me. I liked all that, you know what I'm saying? And he had a joint with Nori, I think, and then me and you have a friend in common, his name is DJ Action. Yeah, and Action was like a big 50 Cent fan. And he pushed 50 in my head. Like,
my God.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God. The realest nigga.
Yeah.
So you don't understand. So that's Action. I actually managed him at one time, you know what I'm saying? He's how I knew Self from back in the day. I managed Action, and Self would come down and be talking on the mic for Act and everything.
Because even when you had your DJ Self Day out in Coney Island, Fifth was out there. He was loving it. Yeah. And I knew like the love he got for you, because he was hugging the fans, throwing bottles at people. Well, not throwing, but giving them bottles away. I said, this is a different type of relationship, and I've seen it behind closed doors. So I
also think with 50, I think he understands the power of relationships also. So me saying that you're not just me, I think that, he's for where he's at, I think that he's a good person in being hospitable to people. Because a lot of times, I don't think that he's very hard to even come up to talk to or different things like that. You know what I'm saying? So, just that, to me is amazing for a person. Because a lot of times people are at a certain point in their life and they like, I want to use the word Hollywood. Like, I know there's sometimes, and it's weird even for me, like I got a daughter and I'll be at a concert and I'll be like, damn, is this person going to take a picture with my child or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Even at the status where I'm at as far as me being at a concert, it's like, damn, and it's like, yo, why not take the picture with your fans? Or, you understand what I'm saying? Like, you may not want to hold a 5-hour conversation, but at the same time, take a picture with your fan.
If you can get through the goons and the bodyguards with Fifth,
I don't think Fifth have a whole bunch of goons and body. Well, maybe that hasn't been with me.
It depends on what scenario. But for the most part, whether they're there or not, he don't shy away from the people.
But I will say this, I don't know.
I say you just got to get through the goons and bodyguards.
I don't know your interactions with Fifth. I don't know yours.
No, I'm not talking about me.
No, me enough. I'm about to say something. I don't know your interactions with Fifth, but Fifth is the type that if you sat with him, he's going to talk to you for about 40 hours.
I told you. Look, Space Ghost. I said we call him the kidnapper.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I get it. I'm talking about a random person
nigga.
too.
Yes, I told you, Ghost. I know.
Oh my God!
Listen, 2 weeks ago,
how says this?
Hold on. 2 weeks ago, I told Space Ghost, like, yo, if we interview Fifth, it's gonna be like for 6 hours.
Yes, 100%.
Like, what are you talking about? I'm like, we call him the kidnapper, yo.
Fifth, if you want to come here and sit for 2 days, you're more than welcome.
Yeah, he will.
You're more than welcome. We're gonna eat in this motherfucker.
You see, Ghost?
We gonna eat it.
Him, Buster, and Papoose. Those three right there. I have you. They'll talk to you for a long, and there's no disrespect because I love all three of them. Yeah, they'll talk to you for a long time. Me and Pap have great conversations. Buster, I think sometimes I shed eggshells with him sometimes because sometimes I feel like I may say something. He's like, yo, like he's like a little bit.
I'll be on eggshells with him too because you say something like, what?
Yeah.
And then it just go different. He'd be like, yo, I was just voicing that's how I felt, bro. Like, but let me tell you why you wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you why you wrong.
But when you see Papoose, tell him I apologize.
What did you do?
Man.
I did a sit down and I mentioned his wife in a story. You know what I'm saying? It was nothing crazy, but it came out crazy.
I love you, Remy.
Yeah, Remy. But
man,
I never got a chance.
Don't get mad. Don't worry about Pat. You better worry about Remy.
Oh yeah, well Remy too. I apologize.
I'm good with Remy.
Oh, he's great with Remy.
I'm good with Rem, dog. We good.
Because he ended up putting my name in the song. Shit came out fire. He put the shotgun to my.
Math had to get rid of the Heineken. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, you ain't hear that song? That shit was fire.
Shots.
Math had to get rid of the Heineken. The setup was ill. I told Math stop drinking, so he had to get rid of the Heineken.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shit fire though.
See, but you also right. The weird thing about hip hop today, like somebody dissing you, you like, yo, that's fire. You know what I'm saying?
But I get the reason behind it, so I'm not tight about it.
I'm not just you,
crazy,
but a lot of times, like
back in the day, it was different.
I have a coworker also, and I try to mentor him as much as I can. His name is Gabe. Gabe,
I know Gabe.
Yeah, so Gabe,
salute to him.
He was telling me that I like to stay in tune with the 21 and under.
Me too.
So
he got that wave, yo.
So I asked him about records, and he was telling me that a lot of this, and I said, don't give me beef records. I'm tired of the beef records because it's just weird to me, me condoning that. So he was telling me a lot of it is cap. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, he'll say I be with people that's like dissing each other, and I'll play somebody else. He'd be like, yo, that's fire. He'd be like, yo, you just was dissing them yesterday. Yeah, I know, but it's fire. So I'm just saying, like, hip hop is just different. Like, like I think they still listen to their ops music and stuff like that. Like, yo, it's fire. Like that.
That is different.
Nah, but salute to Gabe. That was the day we was supposed to do Cups and Convos. And you ain't come. He was one of the guests.
Why you had to mention I didn't come?
No, you was out of town.
I had to throw that ad lib in there like
you was out of town. You was hanging out with Drake. What you want me to do?
Come on, man.
I did see you take a picture with. I mean, after like a handshake with Drake. Did you have somebody filmed it for you? Like you set it up?
No, I didn't set it up. What happened was Cardinal Official invited me to the fest. And he said Drake.
This is in Toronto?
Yeah, and he said Drake and him was away. He said, yo, you got a big fan base up here. You need to come up here. And
but how did the film come?
My wife was just there. She was filming the whole shit. She was filming the whole. You know how you take a woman and you like, yo, don't pull your camber out, but she's still.
But you
didn't say that
because you knew Drake was there, so you was happy.
No. Real talk. Drake came out the back. We didn't know, and then Cardinal was like, yo, and then she happened to catch it. Real talk. He just came
but
out
you was
the
happy
back.
she did.
Yeah, I was happy she called me.
All right. That's what I was trying to get at.
Yeah. No.
He called my phone. Nigga,
I got a picture of Drake.
I said, yo, it's no capping
right
up
away.
there. I said, yo, it's no capping up there.
He waited for a moment, though. He waited he had the itch like a fiend.
I mean, because Cardinal had told me, like, I'm still getting used to being in this skin self. Like,
got you, understand.
Being popular and people knowing me and respecting what I'm doing. So even when he's like, yo, Drake knows about you and he would like to meet you, he's cool with that. I'm like, meet me? What the fuck you want to meet me for? Oh, he's seen your work. So I called Clue. I said, Clue, you think Drake really want to meet me? He said, nigga, everybody sees your work. Did you call Clue
after he cracked him while playing basketball? Drake cracked Clue
that
after?
That was before.
Because then the video came out. I'm like, yo, Drake just hit me like 7 3-pointers.
I said, yo, and they all on Clue.
Yeah, you saw that, right? I'm just making sure.
Oh, yeah, all the shots on
Minaj. Me and Steph talked about Clue. And Clue's like, I'm just letting them show. I said, you can't just like Drake shit.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't do that because it's going to be everywhere.
Yes,
Nobody believes you let Drizzy shoot. They believe they saw Drizzy hit 7 or 8 trade. But she happened to catch the footage, and it was golden. I got a lot of footage there.
Did you buy her a gift or something for that, like an extra or something?
The gift was actually taking her. She was on stage when Drake and everybody was performing. I don't take my wife nowhere like that. That's the gift, kid. She
What of a husband he is.
Yo, bro. Yeah, I know. She gets gifts all year round. She's Muslim, so we don't celebrate Christmas and all that. So she believes in getting gifts all year round. She just pops up, hey, babe, you just paid off all the bills, right? Let's go buy matching bracelets. Let's go get a new car. I just told her today. Like,
oh, yeah. She getting the new space.
She knows how to spend money. She's a professional.
Wow.
How do you have a lot of women in your life?
I do?
Not like not relationships.
Come on, he almost walked off on the first show, but we just got him back. We just got him back to sit down with us, and you starting all over.
No, because when we was backstage at Powerhouse, he had his little girls with him.
Yeah, I had my daughters.
His daughters, and then their grandmother, which is your mom's called. That's their grandmother.
No, that was the grandmother was her. What was my child's mother's mother?
Okay, but
yeah, my mother passed away. Yeah,
apologies.
It's
But I just see how like the women really be on looking at you, and I'm like, I know self guys spend a lot of money on these girls because the way they thug the phone from you.
Yes, my children.
It's only one that I know, and that's his firstborn.
My oldest
daughter. She walks up to him, yo, where's the money, my nigga?
Well, when I saw them 2 little ones did. They on schedule to do the same.
Yo, they cool compared. Yo, the oldest one is the boss, nigga.
Yeah. With my children and having women around, I'm fine with taking care of what's mine.
Gotcha.
Reason being is I think that's very important to fathers that's out here that have daughters. I think that because a lot of times I think those daughters that you have may seek refuge in another guy, and you don't know those guys' intentions.
Of course.
So when I say that, meaning not just, they say all guys just want to have sex and all that stuff, but, sometimes some guys may have weird intentions of other things. Or they may not be smart enough, intelligent to put you in the right, and when I use the word position, in the right environment.
Gotcha.
You understand what I'm saying? So I would never want my children or anything to want from another person or seek refuge from another person. So they know that daddy got it, or I could provide it, or different things like that. So even when you saw me at the concert, we had a suite, but I said the first part we're gonna sit in these regular seats because I would also want you to see that, and I don't want to use the word regular seats. I shouldn't have said the word regular seats. And in seats. That was bad?
No, I think you did it the right way.
We say the language, but I understand that the language is wrong.
Yeah, I apologize.
Purchase seats.
Then purchase seats. Yeah. And I did purchase the seats.
I mean, there's a difference between the regular seats and the skybox. So
Okay,
when you
yes,
say
but
that,
I don't
yeah.
want to make it seem like I'm high and mighty because I love chicken wings and French fries.
All day.
You understand?
Nigga, you
Hot
just
sauce
said
and
you from
ketchup.
Brooklyn.
All day.
We already know you're not up there.
One
You from
two
Brooklyn.
for me, one for you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So so I also but I also want them to show them that there's a other side also, and that. So they know that when they seek a love from another man, because eventually that will happen.
Mm-hmm.
That they know that this is what I'm not just gonna settle for less. I want somebody to to be able to make me happy, and they don't have to be financial things.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? But just be able to provide and be that man. You understand? Because I think that a lot of times guys, every bitch hold, I just fucking throw away, fuck that bitch or whatever. And I don't want my children to be in that mix.
Gotcha.
You understand? Because I know that it was a point in time when I thought like that about chicks. Yo, fuck that bitch. I just, yeah, we
all
beat,
did.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, we beat, hello, yeah. You beat, you know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to all my people who know what that means. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, nigga.
He's from Brooklyn.
No, you ain't catch that one. We might have to edit that one out. Yo, nigga, we gonna edit that one out.
Beep that goes, beep that.
Oh my God, son. We all been in the streets too long.
Yo, so what if your kids came to you and said that they wanted to be in this music business?
So my oldest daughter, she came to me at the time, and I wanted her to finish school. So the reason why I want her to finish school, because in my opinion, I feel like the music business on the average have a 5 to 6 year run. Ooh. And I felt like at the time she probably would have, at the end of her run, she would have been 25. And I think that 25 is the peak of her life. Mm-hmm. So I know that's very hard to be a has been at 25 because you're still at the prime of your life, and it's like, where do you go at 25 if you was up here? You understand? No. So I just feel like that was very hard. So I also wanted her to have some type of education where maybe she, at 25, okay, let's do this, let's do that, and I didn't have that privilege because me being from where I'm not from the hood. I don't want to gas people like I'm from the hood or whatever. But my whole life I just DJ'd. I DJ. So that's all I knew until I got of age. And now, I've learned to open up different businesses and different things like that. But me not having that knowledge and just saying I just want to DJ, I didn't know certain things. Whereas if I could segue to before y'all even get into it, even with Cardi B thing, the cliche is, you didn't sign up. I just didn't have the knowledge to even have a record company. So, if you Google things, my record company started in, I think, 2016 or 2017. The Cardi B situation happened in 2015, which was a year or two prior. Mm-hmm. In my mind, the last thing, and there's DJs out here, the last thing they think about is having a record company. Mm-hmm. An artist come to them with a song, they're not thinking about signing them, they think about playing the song. They don't instill that in our mind to become a business. You understand? And I didn't have that knowledge of being a business person. But once I saw what it worked, like, oh snap, y'all really like this? Oh, okay. I know how to do it again. So, I said, okay, I'm gonna pick up the pieces. I'm gonna learn get the knowledge I learned, and I'm gonna start a record company. And the first person was Dream Doll. Okay. Everybody's path is different. Naturally, Dream Doll's career is not as successful as Cardi B's, but I feel like she is successful for, being someone that came from the same environment and, got a record deal and became a millionaire and different things like that. So I salute her. Granted, it was with the help of me and Gwen Entertainment, but, I feel like that's a great thing for her to have accomplished that. You understand what I'm saying? And
she still got a shot to be big. She still got a chance to do
it. No, I'm not saying. I'm talking about at present time.
I'm just talking about. I'm saying to the people, like, she's in the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So I feel like and that's just with knowledge. And a lot of times, if you go through things and you didn't learn from it, then that's the dumbest thing that you went through. You should have learned through something that you went through. And I think that it's just more of me having knowledge of doing things, and now I got the knowledge. Yeah, so now I know You come up to me, you got something hot, let's, sign to me.
Yeah, I got an idea. I've been meaning to tell
for it.
Clue. I get so many rappers coming to me, and some of them got a record. I told Clue, I said, "Yo, we need to come together and get like 10 single deals for these niggas."
So, so you know who's doing that now? And I don't know if I'm blowing them up with it, but that's from my knowledge, World Star is doing that.
Really?
Yeah. So for my knowledge, what World Star do is, and like I said, and I might be either soliciting them or messing it up.
You're probably gonna help them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
you're gonna help them.
So
people gonna be
they're
sending
doing
them
like
crazy.
Similar to what you're doing. And from my knowledge, I think they did that with Ice Spice. You understand what I'm saying? Like with the, if you look at Ice Spice Munch, it's on World Star.
That's why, and I said she came out. Didn't I say she came out of nowhere? And I was like,
so, you know what I'm saying? So and like I said, maybe I don't know if I'm 100%. So don't quote me or what because this is not my business or whatever. This is their business. But from my knowledge of what information I got is so they're doing things like that. Meaning doing like single deals with similar that y'all can do that.
I can give you the exposure. I can give you the exposure. If I find you, I know Self, I know Clue.
And make
we
it
can
happen.
do a situation with a label.
But let's say, and I'm giving you that same example. Let's say you had, MC Orange up here, and MC Orange said, "Yo, I just want to be the hottest rapper ever." Blah 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 blah. And then 2 weeks later, he become the hottest rapper, and he started here. Are you stupid for not signing him?
Nah, I didn't know that. Nah.
So that's why I'm trying to figure out why everybody say I'm stupid.
Because you can see it in real time.
They don't listen.
Like,
Go ahead.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
They saw the connection, because it happens slower in private than it does publicly.
Okay.
You spent time with Cardi, you knew what it was, but all they see is Self, Cardi, not together, she's out of here. Even though that's not how it really happened.
Nigga,
Well, the funny thing is, she says online, if you Google, like, yo, I never dated him. I didn't, she said it, like, admitted it or whatever. It was reality TV. In my mind, like, people think reality TV is fake, but then they deem it real. It's like, it's weird to me.
Because I was there for Cardi B conversation with Self on speaker before they even started the show, before anybody knew who fucking Cardi B was. And I was like, damn, this reality TV shit is crazy. I'm not going to expose it. But I remember Cardi saying stuff to Self, and Self was like, no, that's not going to work. Because the next year they're gonna ask about this and this and that. Yeah, and so you know what I'm talking about? He was like, that's not gonna work, Cardi B. And I came home telling you, like, damn, this shit is wild. You know what I'm saying?
So it's just, I feel like I just took the brunt of things to, make things happy, and I'm cool with it. Yeah, I'm cool with it because it's like I said to you, to go back to the question that you asked earlier, is like, did it hurt or help? And in some sentences, like I said to you, now I could provide for my children. I could open up businesses. I could help start different people's career. Most importantly, I got knowledge of things to do. You understand? So, prior to that, like I said to you, it just was super weird. Like I'm telling you, I was around with Jeezy when he first started. I don't know, maybe I could have signed him if I had that knowledge. When I met Jeezy, he was a fat kid wearing a 4X white tee. You know what I'm saying?
About that.
Running behind
Boys
BMF. Yeah, this is before Boys in the Hood. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? So,
when he had the double CD out, probably right before he cut his braids off.
He was talking about shopping.
Niggas don't even know.
His rap songs, it was nothing about dope. It was about shopping. He was talking about, I'm the flyest guy.
Oh,
yeah. You understand what I'm saying?
He had braids at first. People don't know. I said that to people. Niggas be like, yo, you don't know what he's talking about. I'll be like, bro, I was there. CO, Slip and Slide. All these people knew each other.
I remember he was like a great fan of Trick Daddy at the time.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. And CO, which wrote with Trick Daddy, had his double CD, and I would be in CO
He was
house.
a very, very big fan of Trick Daddy.
Yes,
then
love
even
Trick
like
Daddy.
a young Meek Mill. I remember Meek used to drive up to New York just to hang out with me. He used to come to I used to do a club called BB King's. And Meek just
42nd Street.
Yes, and he used to just drive up there, just come hang out and stuff like, But like I said to you, this is prior to Rick Ross. Yeah. If I had those knowledge. He had the braids. Like when I met him, he had the braids and had cut off. He was like in the process of cutting off the braids. So in my mind, I'm like, if I had that knowledge, maybe those could have been my artists also, as opposed to me just playing their music, helping them out.
Has this business? This is probably a yes question, but like, how do you keep yourself from being too jaded? Because now you and SO have been behind the scenes for so long. Y'all see shit, this is fake, or this is bullshit, or this is schedule for marketing. Just like when I saw the Nas and 21 Savage song together, first thing I said was, being around Ja, was this a marketing plan all along?
For them to do that in the first place. Well,
Yes.
you know what it could be, because now him saying that it got like super big. But gearing off to something else, I think that I was thinking about this last night, and I'm like, maybe and maybe I'm wording it wrong, but being in the music business might be it, but being in the business of music might be it. So when I say that, I DJ in clubs, and last night about 40 guys, yo, I'm gonna airdrop you my song, and I'm like, damn, maybe I might, be not signing the artist, but maybe doing like some marketing or something like that. Because I know they got the new thing with the guy with a microphone dropping and stuff like that. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, they making money, like, because I have artists and that's what they want to do. Yeah. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it. My artists, they
just want to rap.
Y'all want to do that. And I'm like, well, why didn't you just rap on my platform? I have way more followers than them, but they want to be on that platform.
They want the theatrical.
Yeah, so I'm like,
they need the theatric.
Huh? Yeah, you understand? Yeah.
You don't have more views than them. People leave that shit on in barbershops. Like that's the market.
That's a
like people don't listen to music that way. Shit on the TV and leave it there.
And that's it.
Yes.
And the stream numbers is running up
and
now.
That's what I've been trying to explain. It's
that's why I'm like, because then my mom like. I have a new artist, and it is, I want to shout her out to. Her name is Marty Pretty. She's from Willenburg, New Jersey. It's like closer to Philadelphia area, like Southern Jersey. And it was, I was like, she said, I want to do, I think it's called block work.
Yeah,
right,
I'm familiar with
something, right? So and she was like, yeah, I want to do block work, and I was like, I got way more followers than them. Well, let's do something different. It's just a mic here, and I'm not downplaying what they're doing. I guess they're doing great marketing. I just wasn't familiar.
It's the theatrics and the visual behind it.
I'm like,
seeing the traffic.
I'm gonna drop a bomb on you.
It's the content.
I'm gonna drop a bomb on you. What you're saying is what I'll be trying to share with them.
Okay.
About how radio people, we're on different sides of the business, and we don't know every.
Drop it there, but niggas ain't going to you for that.
Mm-hmm.
They're going there for that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, understood.
And
in their mind, they think that is what's going to lead them to you.
Yes.
Okay.
This is what I've been trying to explain. That's the preliminary to get to you. So now once they do all of these things, then when they come with the record, now it makes sense for you to be playing the girl and everything, because she's gonna gain the popularity from the 21-year-olds that we want to stay tapped in with.
Understood.
This is where they're gonna get the popularity from to connect back to you to make sense.
Okay.
This is what I've been trying to share with the labels.
Yeah, the labels.
I've been trying, they're not hearing it. They don't get it. And I'll be trying to explain to them, I'll be like, yo, and they're not getting it for a reason. Because self is a whole nother commodity that's making money and doing this over here. And this is what's been the wave the whole time. Now they got this undercurrent new wave that niggas is like, I don't get it, because I got way more followers than them, but they're on YouTube, a whole place that you're not. Getting wild hits.
Wild bread.
Wild, going dumb. To the point that when you're playing it, they like, what the fuck took you so long? So don't you know that they got fucking 80 million hits online?
But you know why it's not going to hinder self versus those label dudes? What he said like 20 minutes ago. He listens to the young dudes. He listened to Gabe. That's how Gabe's joint blew up with the On the Radar freestyle. He got all the young niggas. They kept bodying it. Then out of nowhere, Drake is like, I watch these freestyles. In their mind, that's the prelim. They might not feel, they might be nervous to be around the legend DJ Self.
I 100% get that. A lot of artists, yo, I ain't ready or whatever.
Yeah, see,
exactly.
I'm like, yo, just rap.
Nah, you're like the end all be all.
And when you put that new girl on radio, it's like what Bridget said. She skipped the thing. Bridget was like that hurt her with Jay-Z. She skipped a lot of platforms and a whole lot of levels. Now they expecting stuff from her, because now this girl is on the radio and Self is spinning her every fucking night.
And Self is on TV.
Yeah, so what else?
So it's like you skipped the line.
And bitch, you better be coming with some crazy shit now. Because if you would have been doing this rapping shit with the mic, we giving you mad time to shine.
Got you. Understood.
Exactly.
Okay. Right. Well, shout out to
Blockwork. Yeah.
Shout out to Blockwork.
Salute to them.
Yeah.
We might host a couple of y'all freestyles, yo.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of people that tune in here and they don't know nothing about business, and we try to tell them about what's going on. They don't know, and they want to know.
They want to know.
What do your venue, your booking contracts and shit look like?
So I have I have two managements, Geo, Don, and Money Mar. So they primarily like handle those ends. I put input in it, but they more knowledgeable of that. But me as a DJ, it's pretty much a simple contract. Because of me being a DJ, it's just having the rider of the equipment that's there, the time schedule, this time to that time, I'm pretty cool with flexibility. You told me be here at 11, but the crowd really got here at 12:30. I'm fine with staying a little longer.
Most people not cool with that. Self is a cool DJ.
I'm cool with that. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Unless I had another venue to be, but most of the time, if I'm going somewhere, I'm in that city anyway or whatever. I just think more importantly, in the climate that we in, I think you should try to gear toward more of an all-in price. Meaning, when you do all-in, they just pay you the money, the full money. If your rate is $100, instead of them booking your hotel flights and all that stuff, you just put it all in. Reason being, pause, because sometimes you don't want people to have the knowledge of where you're staying or lodging or things like that. And it might not be that person who booked you. Sometimes people just talk a lot, and they may be talking extra to a person that didn't really need to hear it. You understand? Oh, I booked Self and he's staying at the Mondrian. I booked his room. He in the penthouse. And you telling a girl that might have, Ray Ray, that does,
Jooks.
You know what I'm saying?
Ray Jooks.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You dropping gems.
Yeah, so it's always good to just have your own, do your own, what you're going to, and find a booking agent, or work with a travel agent. I apologize. A travel agent that works with you, because the travel agent will handle all that stuff for you and give you all the information. And that travel agent is the only person that knows your information. I think that might be a good business jewel, as opposed to breaking it down with different stuff like that.
Especially if you flying to Atlanta, where that's Juke's capital.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
what you do with the money though? Like, how do they give you half up front? Then they pay you half
it's
up
all,
there.
and all the negotiation. Now Finesse 2 Time have the big song called Back End. Back End is the money that you get when you arrive to the city, because you also have an agreement with that person. So you also want to be fair. So when I say fair, you don't want to just take all their money and then not, give them some comfortability also. So you get a deposit, and with that deposit you can use, toward your traveling and different things like that, your appearance, and your per diem, meaning your food and different things. If you into drugs or whatever, you
put all that in the price.
Yeah,
you put
like
all
that.
that in the
Then
price.
what would be great is upon landing or upon right before the show, get in your back end, that would, have your manager meet up with the promoter and get it. So, you don't have to worry about nothing in the venue, because sometimes things may go sour, so try to get that, upon landing or prior, hour.
I get a 1 hour prior to
that's what I'm saying,
me showing up
to
or
the
Clue
show.
getting on, give me half the money.
Give me
so we
the
know
back
what's
end,
good.
get the back end, at that time. So, you don't have no issues, and as if you the performer, try to go above and beyond, because also it's not all about you, it's also about the promoter. The promoter has to be happy. You're in a business, and y'all both, in any business, both parties should be happy. So when I say that, meaning, I know there's some artists or some even DJs, or they charge ridiculous amount of price, and they're not forgetting that promoter has to make money also, to make it worthwhile.
Feasible.
Yeah. Also, promoters and other people, they talk or they look at things. So if somebody, what we call lose their shirt, if I booked you and I booked you for 10 bands and you only generated 2, I lost my shirt.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna book. The next person in the next town, they're gonna book you, be an idiot. You understand what I'm saying? Or did they cost 10 bands? Nah, I'm straight. I ain't losing my shirt. You know what I'm saying? So so just try to be mindful of where you at and the climate. Don't and to me, if you it's somewhere where you're unknown, it's cool to take a little loss or a short or whatever because you're gaining fans. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And eventually that person, they that town may love you a little bit more. Now you got new fans in there. You may could get a booking another day. You may make up that money another day. Definitely. Some people just looking at today. You may make that money another day.
You're now considered the relationship guru, thanks to your topic time.
Oh yeah, topic time.
Yeah,
on the radio. So
yeah.
Anybody listening, I'm on a station, Power 105 is iHeart Radio. Is Monday through Friday. 10 p.m. to 2 a.m., which in New York, nighttime is like a big thing. A lot of markets, 10 o'clock radio kind of shut down, not in New York City. And then on the Saturdays, I'm on all day, like in the afternoon. So I have a big segment. It's called Topic Time on my show. Now, also I had to learn my audience. So a lot of times I talk about politics and I don't get any phone calls. So during my topic time, I talk to people, real people. Like, they'll call into the show. So that's what I mean, callers. So I'll talk about, yo, do you like Donald Trump or do you like Biden? Are you happy you voted for Biden? It's 5 calls or whatever. I'll be like, yo, who if you about to fuck a girl, who
they calling?
Who suck dick first or who eat pussy first? Which one go down first? You understand what I'm saying? So the phone is ringing. You understand what I'm saying?
Because he used to always, before we let you jump back in, he would always talk about, why these people always talk about relationship? I'm like, that's the common denominator.
Yes.
Whether you have experience or not that you can talk about. Everyone's been in a relationship. And he just be like, these motherfuckers, man, they're annoying me with this. And I'm like, yo, you good at it and he's good at it.
Mm-hmm. He ain't had me on topic time, and I'm dope at it. I can make his raise go through
that part I didn't know.
I can make his raise go through the roof.
Let me say this real quick.
You
Every time I see SO, right? I'm weird calling SO.
I know. It's like
you call me by my real name. Yeah, everybody calls me by my real name.
I understand where we at. So right, so I don't never see him like talking about relationship wise until I did see him at, I think it was called 8 at the table thing like that.
I'm a cast member up there.
I didn't know if you quit or whatever. You got a lot of jobs, man.
Yo, I'm working.
Man, I got a lot of jobs.
I'm working.
I'm working.
I want a Hollywood star. I'm working, bro.
So every time I see him, I see him as a person that's trying to be knowledgeable about music industry. Mm-hmm. So I never looked at you as the relationship guy or whatever. Then some of my topics may make you lose your marriage.
No, they're not.
You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm a person who baits you into like messing up.
Oh,
you understand what I'm saying?
I want to talk about all that ignorance.
Bro, you can't bait me, bro. In the other show, I be going there. My wife be like, she be tight, but it's what I do.
You got to talk about seek an arrangement on one of your topic times. You familiar with that?
No, what is seeking arrangements? Let me know.
It's for like guys who have a lot of money or older men, and it's a plethora of young women, and you could just cipher through and then decide if you want to give them an allowance for whatever services you want.
Where did you find these women at?
They're regular women that you wouldn't know that are on it.
Oh, it's like an app.
Yeah, and then it's a whole bunch of girls, and then you say, all right, what's your allowance for the week? $1,200, all right, and then you tell her what you want throughout the week. Every Monday, I probably want to ram you upside down.
He's a son.
Or you can set it up, all right, every month you get $5,000. I need to spit in your mouth.
Real
I need
talk.
you to be my fake wife.
That's like some fetish thing or whatever.
No, it's for whatever you want. It could just be, I need a girl to go with me to all these industry
if I go back
parties.
to topics and stuff like, I think just me. I would be turned off by some girl asking me to spit in their mouth. That has happened numerous of times. After I spit in the mouth, though, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm more like, oh, why did I do that? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm that guy, right? I'm going to topics.
If you ain't
this is sort of like my topics too.
Yeah.
So I'm that guy that if you suck me off, I can't kiss you. I'm that guy. You understand what I'm saying?
I feel you.
I'm that guy. I just feel weird. I do feel weird. I'm like, damn, I'm sucking myself off. You understand what I'm saying? That's just me. You understand what I'm saying? Not saying
I got
that
you.
it's wrong for people to do that.
Yo, you need him to produce
so that's like a
yourself.
sample of my topic
bro,
like that.
I got all of
Bro,
it. Yo,
you need him to
me.
you should just.
I'm in the streets.
Yo.
It'll be random girls you seeing. They on this app, you be like, because self, you know what it takes.
But why would you be on the app?
No, this is shit I know already.
But how would you know if you didn't see the app? I'm confused.
No, it's other girls telling me, yo, I do this. This is how I get
so
my
the
money.
girls put you on the app.
He be on the app, nigga.
Yeah,
What
right.
you
Yo,
did?
you tricking?
Huh?
If you you can hear.
$5,000 a month?
Yeah, you know when somebody When somebody I mean, if you you can hear.
Yeah, nigga. I'm not paying $5,000 a month.
No, I'm asking you the question. You ask me, I'm asking you.
See, now that's the topic time.
Yeah.
But $5,000 for your feet. There's dudes that's paying $5,000 a month just to have girls send feet pictures.
And I thought that was like OnlyFans or something.
No, it's called seeking arrangement.
Seek an arrangement. Oh,
Topic time. See, you gonna hear your topic.
And it's a lot of girls.
At least you
low.
from Brooklyn. He'll give you credit on air. Like I got this from Heineken.
It's a lot of girls on there. You be like, how's she paying her rent? She ain't got no man. She only work at $20 an hour, and she live over here. Yeah,
Seek an arrangement.
that's one of them.
Wow.
BagFuel. That's a money play right
That's
there.
a
for
big
the
money
chicks.
play.
Yeah. That's the jewels you drop into some girls and stuff.
Yeah.
Unless they if they want to get that.
And then
stuff
you
done.
can rate them and everything, and then based on your statistics, it'll tell the girls how they're gonna traffic towards you. So like if you were on it, supposedly, you're getting flurried all day because they're like he got
One
them.
day I did try Tinder.
Oh,
I did try Tinder, but after that Tinder swindle thing came out, I said, "Oh snap! I swindled some chick." I'm from Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? But I did it for like a week. I couldn't do it no more. Cause everybody's like, "This is not really you. Show me this." And I'm like,
you ever swindled
"Yo,
a famous chick, like a lit chick? You don't gotta say her name. What you got out of her?
Let me say this.
He can't control that. He can't stay on business. He can't.
I don't know
It's
if it was exactly a swindle, but it was, and I don't want to say her name because she's very cool. It was a famous porn star from back in the days that I knew that.
Write her name down. I want
that
to
my
say her
father.
name. Say her name.
No, don't say that.
My father, my brother, older brother, they all loved her, and I somehow I got in her vicinity. And I was like, I got to do this for my old heads. You know what I'm saying? So is that a swindle?
No, that's not a swindle. That's cool.
No, that's cool.
No, meaning I don't want to use the word I didn't like her. I knew the relationship wasn't going to be
Nothing.
like a long lasting. And maybe she might
You just won
the
a
same thing with
trophy.
me.
You just won a trophy.
Yes,
That's nothing wrong with that.
and I think she might be used to that. Because
You
of
was
who
a trophy too. Y'all was both trophies. So that's
I think
okay.
I think in that way I think she
Y'all
was
both
more the trophy. I'll be honest. I'm keeping the field.
Did she live in
won a
downtown?
trophy?
You too?
I know who you're talking about. Right by the Brooklyn Bridge.
You too?
I know who you're talking about.
No, I don't know. She didn't live downtown.
No, we just having fun. We just having fun.
She didn't live downtown by the Brooklyn Bridge. No,
Let me take it back to the business. Let me take it back.
Oh snap! No, she didn't live downtown. She lived in New Mexico.
Yo, here we go. So I recently had somebody come to me with my newfound popularity and be like, yo, you need to put a little project together, get some unsigned people together, and put a little project together because your popularity is bigger than whatever the rapper would be. Did you ever think about putting a whole project together for yourself, maybe to break your own people?
Well, that's where I formed a production company and signed in Dream Doll. So me saying that to you, similar to that, I just did it on a different scale. Okay. I saw the success of what Cardi B and a guy that was down with me at the time named was Shaft. I saw that. I saw the success that they had from using a part of my blueprint and then their own blueprint. So I decided to do similar and open up a production company also. So that's sort of like what they're telling you to do, but I'm they may not guide you the right way where someone should have guided me the right way is to open up a production company. And instead of just putting a project out and let's say once again I'm using MC Orange, and it's according to what pendulum of the side that you're on. If you put you had SO's favorite picks and MC Orange was on there, and he had a song that popped, and now Universal signs him for $6 million, but you don't get anything out of it. Do you feel a way?
Of course.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying is the tool to the pendulum. So the way that person is telling you to do it is the wrong way if you're going to feel a way.
Gotcha.
So you should open up a production company. Now, if you don't feel a way, you like, yo, I'm just doing it. I don't care. Let's go do your thing. Then that's the way to do it. But you're telling me you're going to feel a way. I would tell you that that's the wrong way. In my opinion, the wrong way to do. I would tell you to open up a production company and sign MC Orange to your production company and then put them out.
That way. But then we need to go get a Partisan Fontaine like Cardi B and Shaft did.
The funny thing, they met him through me. That's how they met. That's how they met. We all met at the radio station. We met at the radio station.
Because I mean, did you ever think that? I definitely want to hear that. But did you ever think to get Partisan Fontaine to write some rhymes for Dream Doll?
Well, let me say this, right? Dream is a person who likes to write her own stuff. It may take her some time to write certain things, but she's the person that loves to write her own stuff. At times, I think she's been open to like getting writers, but it's always hard like in studios, and I don't like to stay in studios. So my experiences with her is she likes to write her own stuff. Okay. So, and then I don't think that she would use a writer that would write for someone else also. That's just my opinion.
I mean, a hit record is a hit record, though, ain't it so?
Well, you never know what a hit record is because just because somebody wrote it, that don't mean it's going to be a hit record. So when I say that to you, we heard the Quentin Miller songs that was supposedly written for Drake. I don't know, I don't know the whole story in full, but when you heard Quentin Miller say it, you didn't think that was going to be a hit. You understand what I'm saying? So, but Drake on it made it like,
better.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? Sound better. So I don't think you would, there's no such thing as what's going to be a hit, in my opinion. So, with her, I just think that she's more prideful of penning her own stuff.
Gotcha.
From my knowledge, I'm one of those guys that I'm not a studio rat. I hate sitting in the studio all day listening to the repeat something over and over and over like that. And my experiences with her, like, it'd be like 2-3 lines, come back the next day, 2-3 lines or whatever. It's just a little slower process, but she feels great in penning her own stuff.
Okay.
Do you think it makes sense for a DJ to really have like a digital mixtape? Kind of like, I think it would be considered like a Spotify playlist. But I don't see a lot of DJs having like a real Spotify playlist.
They tried that at a point in time, but I think that, and this is my opinion. I think that I think those companies, the Spotify's, the Apple Music, I think they kind of like try to X the DJs out and put their own playlist. So if you go on Spotify's like Rap Caviar, is Rap Life, I think is the one. So like that. So those playlists will probably outshine the DJ's playlist, and then it's like you're doing those things, and it's sometimes it's a headache. Like uploading music, weekly, or that's a job in itself, and sometimes you're primarily doing it for free.
I was about to ask, how are y'all getting paid?
Yes, you understand what I'm saying? Like, well, the streaming don't go to the DJ. The streaming goes to the artist or whatever like that. So,
how are they going to get paid off
with
the playlist?
DJing, I think it's like, I think with DJing is like, you also want to create an income. If you work, you should get paid. I had that issue with Sirius Satellite Radio. I worked at Sirius for 10 years and didn't get a dime.
How? What the fuck are you talking about?
I worked at Satellite.
I heard you say that before. What you mean you never got a dime? Everybody else is getting paid. Why they didn't pay you?
I never understood that. I worked there.
What was the issue? They never
did.
Just
you ask them for the money?
Plenty of times.
At what point did you ask them for the money? Did a couple of years go by and then you say, "Yo, you got to pay me now"?
Well, so from my knowledge, I was like maybe the second or third DJ to do satellite radio. The only person who I remember that was before me was DJ Wonder. So this was morning. Yeah, so this was before Shade 45 was there, before Howard Stern. A friend of mine, his name was Sergeant Hawkins.
I'm Reggie.
Reggie Hawkins. I apologize. Reggie Hawkins. He knew me from being a young kid. he was my manager at Modell's. I was the sneaker guy.
Wow.
You know, he used to be like, yo, I want to be a DJ. Be like, shut up, go in the back, go get a size 9.
Were you
know,
doing
like
2 for 1s in there too?
No, because this was before.
You still was from Brooklyn.
Yeah, but I definitely was like, yo, listen, I'm gonna put this in the back in the box, and then you just keep it. That's why now I don't know if you notice when you buy sneakers, they take the sneaker and look at it. It could be from Brooklyn cats. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, Reggie.
So Reggie said, yo, I'm doing this thing called satellite radio, and I was like, man, I ain't doing that. Nobody paying for no radio because us in New York, we got radio for free, and we got the hot stuff,
the hot shit, the hot radio shit.
So I did it for him. I did it as a favor for him, and he put me on with a kid named Destroy and Howie McDuffie, and we was on a station called Wax. It's not there anymore. And then I wound up. I had 20 minutes on the show. I had 20 minutes at 4 a.m. And I did so I was doing it. Then they was like, yo, you doing good, you doing good, you doing good. And then I wound up getting my own show, which is called VIP Saturdays. And I was doing that for quite some time. And then, like I said, I just was very upset because I'm like, damn, I'm not getting paid. And I saw Envy come in, get paid.
Why they never pay?
I saw Green Lantern come in, get paid. I seen K Slade come in and get paid. I saw Tony Touch come in and get, I'm like, yo, they paying all these guys. They're not paying me. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? Then it got enough was enough when they had like, I forgot, it was like an intern or something that they wound up, getting their own show and got paid. And I was like, hold up. You know what I'm saying? So then the guy named, S. Dot. So S. Dot was my intern. You understand what I'm saying? So I started seeing S. Dot get paid. So I'm like, hold up. It's like the guy who was getting my pretzels and coffee is getting paid and I still not getting paid. So instead of me just quitting and leaving, I still set up a play where DJ Superstar J could get a show. But so I let him kind of relay. So, we stayed there for a minute. I taught him the ropes, how to do it, different things like that. And then I handed the show down to him. So that actually was
Gray
my show.
Rizzy, right?
Gray Rizzy is a good friend of mine too. So I put them two together actually. So it was Gray Rizzy, Superstar J, and I had a girl named Kimmy Cupcakes also.
I remember
on
Kimmy. Where's she
so
at?
Kimmy lives in LA now.
Okay,
so I had them on the show. Yeah, right. So I had them. And then I'm proud of both of them because they didn't know nothing about radio, nothing want to do radio, nothing. Yeah. And it was great for me to spawn what I've learned and give them that knowledge to continue with the show. Now I don't know if Superstar J and Gray Rizzy getting paid. I hope so because I wasn't getting paid. You understand what I'm saying? So
I can't understand.
Yo, he's losing his mind right now.
Like there's a lot of things that shock me when he says that. I'm like, how the fuck? And he gets paid. Let's not get it twisted. He gets paid.
It's also the knowledge. So when I say that prior, when I was doing that, I wasn't on terrestrial radio in New York. So once I got the contract, I said, oh my God, the stuff that I'm doing, this is the value of it. So that's what kind of made me upset because also, and knowledge is always key. So it's like, I'm DJing, I'm feeling like I'm doing for fun. I'm getting people knowing my name. I'm getting to meet Lil Boosie. I'm getting to meet, Nipsey Hussle, young Nipsey Hussle. So I'm happy.
So your value was going up.
Yeah, so so I'm happy. I'm happy with that. But I see the value. No, you're supposed to be getting paid for the stuff that you're doing. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm like, So just like I eventually I had to, step away from it and not get paid. Then I bit the bullet again for the love of being a DJ. And during the pandemic, they have a new station. It's like a 2000 station. I forgot the name of the station though. Damn, that's so bad. It's a new station that they had that play like the mid 2000s or whatever. I forgot what it's called. Fly. Sirius XM Fly.
Yeah.
So I did that for like a year, and then I asked them to pay me, and it was like, let me see about it. I'm like, let me see. Yeah, we really got the budget. Then I saw they announced maybe a month or two later that they was paying Shaggy. No disrespect to Shaggy, but I felt like, all right, you can give Shaggy some money, you can give me something. You understand? I'm saying I'm hotter than Shaggy or bigger than Shaggy. I'm not saying that.
You can make me an offer.
But yeah, and I saw that the value of what I was bringing to that station because I saw, I'm in the radio business, so I look at numbers. So I'm like, all right, when my show comes on, it's the highest rated show on your station. So I know I'm doing better than.
So why would they not
A, B, and C?
You? It's something we don't know. It's political.
Yeah, maybe it's something
political.
else.
If it's something like that, all that tells me is a girl likes somebody and somebody feel away.
Yeah.
I agree sometimes, right? A lot of times be bitches.
It be chicks, guys. It be chicks.
I didn't even think about
like,
that.
oh, he smashed him, and you know we was in the streets, so it could have been anything in the street.
It really
you
be
know
that.
what I'm
It
saying?
really, because between amongst men, it's money, respect, bitches.
Yes.
Definitely.
There you go.
So
yeah.
I got one thing, and this is the last thing I'm probably gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that stood out in my mind about you when you were blowing up as a DJ in clubs was this, and I don't know if this is true or not, but this was the word. Self said, "Don't fuck with nobody else. I'm doing everybody's party for $500."
I remember that.
And you don't need no other DJ. And that
I heard that story.
And niggas, wait, and let me finish. And niggas that was getting money was like, yo,
So
this nigga is undercutting the
So
game.
And you
remember-
bodied every party.
So I remember.
Is that true? Before you say, was that
So
true?
what you're saying is not true.
Okay.
But you have some like, some things to it. So I think that what happened is, and I remember SNS used to say that to me a lot. Yo, you undercutting. And I think that, once again, I said this early in the show, you have to understand, where you at and different things like that. So me saying that, I came up under a guy named DJ Goldfinger. At the time, DJ Goldfinger was, since we put numbers, he was charging like $1,000.
Goldie. Shout out
Right?
to Goldie.
At the time. And that was like a large number for a DJ at the time. And since I was underneath him, a lot of people felt I should be charging something similar to him. But in my mind is like, I'm sitting at home not doing anything, and if I charge $800, if you got $200 more, I might as well get the
Goldfinger.
I might as well get the A player. You understand what I'm saying? So it made no sense for me to charge $800 or other DJs was charging $800 or something, $700 to $800. So if I'm charging the same amount and I'm next to whoever's the
Goldfinger,
whoever's the best out, it made no sense. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So now I'm still a new DJ. So in my mind, I'm like, I gotta charge what my value is at the time. My value was $500. And the rooms that they wanted to put me in was rooms that I wanted to be in, was like Club Cheetah, Club Deep, and things like that. I wanted to be in those rooms. So even if a DJ now who's not as popular as me charged cheaper than me, I wouldn't be upset. I wouldn't say that you undercut. You charging what you feel is your value of today. Because if you were good, people are gonna purchase you anyway. It's RC Cola.
But that was
RC Cola is cheaper than Coke.
But that was
no
your
one
marketing.
buys RC Cola or CNC. You understand what I'm saying?
But that was your marketing. Is all I'm
No,
going to say.
no, I don't think that was my marketing.
Because that shit was around New York, I think
that-
more than you DJing.
No,
and niggas was
I
like,
don't
he
think
charging
so.
$500.
No, I think that
He's telling you, don't book another
the nigga is
DJ.
tearing up these parties down. That's what I think.
No,
it is.
what happened
He's
is-
tearing these shits up. Once
no,
again,
in that,
CNC
in that.
Cola is next to Coke, and it's cheaper. That is like nobody say I'm buying CNC Cola. You gonna buy the Coke because you want the Coke. You understand what I'm saying? So if you were maintaining your value, then people would grab your value. That's just how I feel.
The timing of what was beautiful, how that played out, a lot of the main DJs and popular and known DJs had said, I'm tired of DJing the clubs. Ain't no value in it. When Self came, he's the young dude, the price worked, and he was killing the party.
Also, this was the mixtape era.
Yeah.
So people wasn't caring about doing clubs. They were doing mixtape. Everybody was running to do mixtapes.
It's to sell they mixtape.
And when he killed it, now all the girls is coming. He the young dude, the price works, all of a sudden, all the other DJs rush back.
And
You made the clubs pop
I
for
think
DJs.
I got good by studying under Goldfinger, and I give a credit to him 100%. He's a person that is a perfectionist. And I always tell a story. I used to go to record stores with him, and I'd be in a record store for 10 minutes and I'm done. And he'd be in there all day, and I had to sit with him because I was the driver. I used to drive him around. You understand? And once again, I never was ashamed to be that, the dun-dun, I call it. You understand what I'm saying? And I used to drive, so I couldn't leave. And he used to sit and listen to every record, listening to him. And I'm like, oh, my God. Like, I'm sitting there, you know what I'm saying? So, but, me doing that, I also learned that, you have to, know your craft and things like that. So I think that I was a cheaper version of him. and he was the greatest. So I think that whoever gave you that story, I think that they just wasn't as good as him or his predecessor. So that's why they used a cheaper version of Goldfinger. That's just my opinion.
Okay.
You understand, like that?
I feel you.
So did I charge cheaper than a person that was more popular than me? Yes, because I wasn't as popular as the person.
But how about when you got as popular? Did you still
when I got as
leave your
popular?
price?
100%. You up your price
So you
because
didn't leave your price the same to kill niggas?
no way. I because more expenses. Now I got to have security. Now I got to have a man. I got to manage. I got to pay a manager. I got to do all different things like that.
Okay.
At the time when when me and the Goldfinger thing split up, I had a manager. His name was Lenny the Barber. So Lenny the Barber was managing me, and Lenny Barber was a big time manager. So he ain't working for, if I'm charging $500, he ain't working for $100. So that what you're saying is not really accurate.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? I think that was just an excuse for people to use, because it's like, why are they using self? Not that he was tearing the clubs down. Because once again,
they use the excuse, oh, he got a cheaper price.
Yeah, because once again,
you're
not, even if it's cheaper, you're not going to keep paying a whack DJ to do
fuck
your party.
parties up.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? Like,
no, because you had it ringing off, because your personality, in case that y'all never been to one of his parties, his personality shines through his DJing. It's exciting.
I know how to entertain.
He's talking to you. It's interactive situation. It's a lot of people who just talk on the mic, announce shit, blah, 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 I'm in the building. But when you go to a self joint, you're really coming out to have a good time.
That's my job.
And that's real shit. You know what I'm saying?
Because I've been DJing my whole life.
Which era you enjoyed more, DJing? The nightclubs or the strip clubs?
The nightclubs. I'm more the nightclubs. Strip clubs, I think that people, the music is secondary. Whereas the nightclubs, the music is first or primary. Doing the nightclubs, I just as you get to learn, different ethnicities of what they like to hear. Whereas a strip club is just like in New York City. I only could base from New York City. Primarily, is Latin women is the ones that's dancing primarily here, so they want to hear what's familiar to them, which is like the Spanish or Latin, the Bad Bunnies, the Azunas, the like that, and the guys want to hear, they want to hear like the trap or drill. So you kind of like got a mix, but you playing one and one's not happy and the other one's blah blah blah. Whereas in a club, people pretty much dance. I've played salsa and black people getting on the floor with Maria and dancing because they want they want to have fun, like that. So I think the regular club thing is a lot better, in my opinion.
I do too.
Yeah, I do too. Me, I'm a strip club dude, so I want to hear the turn up. I've seen how it is, especially down south, when the music is hitting and the money's falling and the girls are twirling.
Well, that's why I said you say in the South. That's why I'm
different in the South.
I'm stationed in New York,
yeah,
so
I know.
I only could talk for my region. Now I've been places, I've been places nowadays whereas the bottle culture I think is kind of like fucking up the clubs, whereas people are just sitting on couches and not partying like they used to.
But doesn't it go? I'm glad you said that. I thought I was done, because doesn't the music go round and round? Because when we was younger, when Mobb Deep came out, niggas started smoking weed. They stopped partying as much, and then next thing you know, it was more dancing back now. Like niggas wanted to party again. Don't you think it goes round and round?
Because even let's say with Mobb Deep, what Mobb Deep is always was the Mary J. Blige that had You Remind Me or Real Love, that came out. So we always had the dance music and I'm using Mobb Deep like famously Shook Ones. Shook Ones wasn't. Shook Ones, you dance to it. You know what I'm saying? Sunday shook. Ain't no such things as halfway crook. You understand what I'm saying? So I just think that, and at the time you were forced to be on the dance floor. Now the
VIP
you're forcing.
It's a vibe now. It's not about the party.
You're forcing to be on a couch.
You know what's
can't
funny?
dance on the couch. It's impossible to dance on the couch.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying? It's impossible. You understand? The only thing you can do is bop or bounce or whatever,
Yeah.
blah, blah,
and
blah.
bounce.
Or just stand
Or
on the
stand
couch.
up. You understand? And then, so I think that the bottle service culture, I guess, people feel like it's a lot of money in that when it comes to urban. So me saying that to you because you can go to other events or other parties of other ethnicities and stuff like that, and they are
Still
partying. It's just urban is like that because I think primarily with blacks, a lot of the club owners, which is sad to say, are not like us, so they just use us for money. So it's like, now it's like, all right, we're going to get this black or urban party, and we're going to, sell them a whole bunch of bottles and all that stuff.
And
You ain't
up
buying
the
no bottles,
price.
you can't come in. Whereas you could go another night and a Heineken and a Corona is
It's cool.
You understand what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
you get a Corona, you get you a screwdriver, that's cool. But on an urban night,
You gotta get
you gotta buy
bottles.
bottles. It's bottle service only.
You know what's
understand?
crazy? To close it out on my end, it's gotten to the point that if you go to the dance floor and you don't got a bottle and you're really trying to dance, you look like a square.
You look crazy. Who's this
Yeah.
guy doing the
You gotta have
shimmy?
the bottle in your hand. Like,
You can't even be on the dance floor and be around a bunch of girls. You're gonna be considered broke. And you're just here to waste time.
Yeah.
So that's ill when you said the bottle culture has destroyed the nightlife, the nightclub vibe of really
In
dance-
urban.
In
Urban.
Urban. Yes,
Yeah.
in urban.
That's
In urban.
I just want to say thank you to DJ Self for
Yeah,
coming out,
exactly.
rocking with us. He did not have to come here. He spent time, came to Brooklyn. I really, really appreciate it. Subscribe, like, comment, super chat,
super thanks.
super thanks.
Hit that.
Do all that type of
They
stuff.
got a super thanks now?
Yeah, they can donate to us.
$5.
Bag
it's
Fuel.
donate.
Yeah, Bag Fuel. We coming back. It's lit.
Boom.
Super thanks.
Oh yeah. It's like seeking arrangement.
Okay.
But you ain't
Yeah,
got to
right?
show no feet or nothing.